Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Vechain, ticker VET against USDT. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, with that being said, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check out the top right hand corner of your video. There's going to be a card with a link to the previous update. Make sure to check that out before watching this one so that you have more context. Now, jumping into the daily chart, you can see that we're holding the 20 EMA very nicely. Beautiful uptrend here for Vechain. As you can see, we did have this pink trend line held, and it's still holding very nicely. We broke through this horizontal, and we didn't necessarily have a back test of support. It's not necessary we do that, but it's something that we usually see. So if we see a pullback on Bitcoin, or we have a major like FUD or any bearish news, basically could send the markets down, and maybe we could have a little bounce off this area, around 14.5 cents, that sort of price. You can see that the golden ratio is in there as well, so we may just bounce off of the golden ratio. If I can just zoom out enough. So let me just make this fib a bit smaller. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So yeah, we're holding the 20 EMA, looking good for continuation. Our next target is 19.5 cents, which is sitting at the 786 on the Fibonacci retracement. So I'm gonna keep this pink trend line horizontal in as well, and the support trend line over here that we're adhering to is holding support very nicely. Multi-month support trend line at this point. Well, we've held it since September 29th. So yeah, almost 2 months here. So, and we're looking at the retracement all the way to the previous all-time high, almost at 28 cents. After that, we're looking at 79 cents as our 1.618 target on the fib retracement. We do have the 1.414 in there and the 1.272 as our mini targets before we get to the 1.618. But this is your main target. After that, we may potentially get overextended to $1.50. We'll see if that happens. Depends on how the markets are going to be, behaving. Basically, if we see, euphoric, rise and parabolic handles all over the place, then obviously $1.50 or even $2.37 is not out of the question for Vechain. Obviously, if you want to get involved in the project, I would wait to buy off of support. So either this pink trend line or the 20 EMA. We're a bit overextended from the 20 EMA, so maybe we'll get a little move towards the downside. But other than that, we're doing pretty good right now on Vechain. Dollar cost averaging would be your best friend. Jumping into the daily RSI, you can see that we do have this support trend line as well, and we want to break this horizontal resistance. Once we do that, we're flipping pretty bullish, and we may get rejected from here as well. So you may want to set some sell orders once you see the RSI hit this resistance trend line, and from there we may get rejected back to the bottom of this triangle and just consolidate a bit more, get to the apex, break out. So like I said, towards the end of December, mid-December, I do anticipate parabolic rises throughout the markets. We may have an unexpected pullback. So either have your stop losses ready or have your sell orders ready, so that you're not going to be left with your coins that you don't want to hold long term through the dip that we're going to have, like the one we had in May, because I don't know if we're going to have a pullback into a bear market, or are we going to have a pullback into a little correction like we had in May. It wasn't a little correction, but it was a pretty hefty correction, actually. If we go from the all-time high over here all the way down, that was an 81% correction. So it's a pretty strong correction. We may get something like that. And, let's say we get to the 1.618, right? And from there, we get a 60% and 80% correction. That would be around about 10 cents for Vechain. So if we get to the second fib level and you're looking for 80 cents, that gives you 28 cents, which is the previous all-time high over here. But I don't know. we'll have to see how the markets do, guys. Let's jump into Binance. Okay, we're on Binance, and we do have a bit of a different fib setup over here. So from this swing low in September 28th to the swing high over here, October 9th. From there, we had a pullback to the 0.5, and from there, we were in a straight uptrend, very nice. Got to the 1.414, got to the 1.272, got to the 1.618, held the 20 as support, and we got rejected from the second fib level. So, this would be our major resistance level right now, the second fib level. We're holding the 1.618 as support, which is nice. We're above the previous swing high over here, which is nice as well. And we're going to be looking to take out those targets. I'm just going to set up a little bit of a different fib right now for you, so that we have more targets to the upside. All right, so that will be our swing high. This will be our swing low. You can see that we got rejected from the 1.272 here, and the 1.618 is sitting at 23.5 cents roughly. So that will be our target from where we are right now. That is a 40% trade, which is not bad in my opinion. Not bad at all. And I do actually want to set up this trend line. Actually, I apologize. Let's see what this trend line is doing. So yeah, this over here is a multi-month trend line that we have, and you don't want to see it lost. All right, so this is the trend line that we have. It's been held since March of the last year when we had the COVID dump, and ever since then we've held it. We don't want to lose it as support. Once you see that lost as support, that's going to be pretty bearish, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But obviously, the markets can turn around in a split second. Now, jumping into the stochastic, we're coming to the oversold. As you can see, it seems like we're starting to reverse the trend over here. So we may not actually get to this zone over here. We may just start reversing the trend over here, which is something that happens quite often. You reverse the trend midway through, and you get to the overbought over here above the index of 80 on the stochastic. So the stochastic, the relative strength index, these are some nice oscillators that can give you an idea of where, of where to buy and where to sell essentially. But once you look at the MACD, this is a lagging indicator, and this will give you bullish and bearish crosses. And, obviously, if you get a bearish cross, that is confirming a downtrend. And after the bearish cross, a lot of the times I see the price dumping further after you get the bearish cross. So that's sort of a nice indicator to look at. But this is a lagging indicator, like I said. So the price action will do something first. Then this will react a couple of days later with a cross. So right now, we're getting the bullish cross. As you can see over here, we're getting the bullish cross. And this may be our confirmation of an uptrend on the daily chart. So we're looking pretty good. I'm going to jump into the 4-hourly chart, see if we have any patterns playing out or any divergences. So here we had a hidden bullish divergence actually on the, well, sort of. As you can see, the RSI made a higher high. The price, well, actually, yeah, so on the 4-hourly chart, really no signs of a bearish divergence, a lower high on both the oscillator and the price action. Actually, as you can see, we're coming back down potentially to the 20 EMA on the 4-hourly chart. So I would look at this as a nice entry point for you guys. The 55 EMA would be a nice entry point as well if we lose the 20 EMA, obviously. Let's see, what else do we have? So as you can see, the 100 EMA has been held very nicely. So you had these 3 wicks, so you can look at the 100th EMA. As you can see, it's been actually, look at this. It held the price very nicely ever since October 27th. So if you see a pullback, the 100th EMA should be, a very nice support level. Stochastic topping out over here, as you can see, and the RSI is started to retrace back down, and we're sitting at 58 on the RSI. You jump into the MACD, you can see that we are in a bullish cross, flipping bullish, histogram turning to the upside. Things are looking pretty good in my opinion right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Vechain. You have your long-term targets, obviously, and I do think that we're getting at least to $1 on Vechain, to be honest with you, this bull market. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know if I missed out anything on the charts. Please make sure to check me out on Twitter. Check out the Telegram chat that we have going on. Check out the Discord server. A lot of great TA is going on in there. You can request your chart or whatever you want us to look at, and we'll respond as soon as we can. Either I will do that or the moderator that is a great technical analyst as well. Make sure to check out my Patreon. We do call that the HaZeeq Crypto Club. There are several tiers there that will offer you several benefits, such as, personal technical analysis requests. I will do deep dives into your projects, video requests, one-on-one TA lessons, whatever it is you want, guys. It's all in there. Check it out. Think of it as buying a cup of coffee, but instead of the coffee, you get valuable information that will potentially make you quite a bit of money, guys. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.